Okay, are we live? Can you check if we're live? We had some. Why does this keep crashing? Okay, I think this is working now. My
Are we
apologies.
live?
I think we're live and it froze again.
No, but I look so excited.
No, it's not. I have nothing else running on this. I
Okay.
don't know what it's just the extra. Okay, and I'm going to change.
Am I live?
You are live.
Currently live. Hi, everybody.
Okay, so I think my computer is having a problem having two cameras running. I
Yeah.
apologize on that. Trying to get my camera to focus. Okay,
Well, I can just lean over a little bit.
I don't know if,
Hey, there I am.
but I don't, but I don't know if they can hear you. They
No,
actually they should be able to hear you. You talk real quick.
I am talking. Look
Okay.
at me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We figured that. Okay. So apparently I can't run two cameras because my computer can't handle it.
I'm just going to stretch the microphone as much as I can. I'm just going to be over here.
Okay. This is great.
It's okay.
If I would have known this, I would have ran this through StreamYards or OBS. But apparently this thing does not like. Okay. Well, we're live, kind of. My apologies. So oh man.
Mhm.
Sorry for the mishaps on that front there. Say hi to the chat. Some people are here. We got the Memph 10. He says he is first. You are first, sir. Keeping it real with Dan says you did not miss anything. Getting a new animatronic Walt coming to Magic Kingdom. Everything else was repetitive. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that there was not going to be any big announcements going on at this Destination D23. In
Mhm.
fact, I think that it would be better for them to kind of get out of this habit of, well, I say habit of having these like big presentation announcements and things like that.
I don't I don't mind them. I think it's kind of fun to be like, "Oh, a new event's coming. What are they going to announce?" But if you like you were saying, if you do it too much, then it's
Well,
like, "Oh, if you don't announce something, then we're
right. I kind of feel
disappointed."
like the audience is trained to always expect these types of things, and then
Yeah,
it's yeah. I mean, I
that's kind of true.
it's just like I think the way Universal does it, I think is a better way, which is just
Mhm.
like you don't make a big splashy announcement. You like Rip Ride Rocket we're seeing right now, where you start construction, we don't even know what's going in there, and they'll probably announce it a year before it opens of what's going in there. And
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, they're probably not going to change anything. I did hear from somebody that said that they are looking to change the way in which they do concept art, though, and doing
Oh.
more like you saw that with Piston Peak, where
Mhm.
it was much more. It's like cartoony.
Yeah.
So apparently, and if you look at, and we'll look at in a second, like they also announced they're repainting the castle, which is like whatever. But even that concept art was much more like look whimsical, like almost like a dream kind of thing is what it was kind of looking like there. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Well, I think that's because it's supposed to be cartoonish and it's like it's not real. I think the Piston Peak is because it's literally like computer animated.
Right, but what I'm saying is I think what I have heard is that Disney's trying to get away from doing these like real life looking um uh concept arts because things change so much.
I mean, whatever.
I've heard it. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Somebody was saying
Yeah.
Bruce Vaughn was talking about that, but
That Bruce Vaughn
that Bruce.
is one hot. I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, hey, listen.
Little Billy Madison for you.
Billy Madison humor is always welcome.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison's the best. All right, well, let's look at what they talked about. Like I said,
Okay.
it was not anything big, to be quite
Nope.
honest. They did announce that Cinderella's castle is returning to an original color scheme. See, even look at that concept art right there. See, it looks kind of like
I see what you're saying.
whimsical.
I see what you're saying.
This is what I've heard. They're
It's like watercolors.
right. This is what I've heard. They're kind of going to end up going toward, which is
Because then you can't take it too literal.
right.
Is that the
That's
reason?
yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, it's
Okay,
a whole
okay.
thing of like because they release concept art, people dissect it and look at what's coming, and then very likely, like you're talking about Villains Land. I have a very strong, if I was betting, that the finished version of Villains Land is not going to look like the concept art that they announced.
Well, seeing as how the concept art made it look like it was a different planet,
Right.
probably not.
Yeah.
You
Oh, and
know.
before I go on, I forgot to mention this is my lovely wife joining me. So we're kind of live streaming
Oh,
on CTM and also on the podcast channel. We do the podcast together this on the CTM channel. Captain Magic is mostly just me, but
it's my first time over here.
no, it's not. You've been here before.
I have.
Yeah, we used to do vlogs on this channel.
No, I meant like on as a live stream.
On a live stream, yes.
Yeah. This is my first live
Yes,
stream.
on a live stream, that is very
Yep.
true. Yes. Jay Brad, what's up, Jay Brad? He says the new color scheme makes the inner towers look like they're higher up, like they're beyond the shade berm.
Oh, interesting. That's
Kinda,
an interesting
it kind of does, yeah.
observation. You know, going back to this color scheme thing, I didn't mind the new look when they had the 50th anniversary stuff. I don't mind the pink. But I also like the gray and the blue. Like I think both look great. I think the pink though, it made it feel more like, oh, is this like Sleeping Beauty's castle?
Yeah, I didn't mind the
But
old. I mean, the when there was pink and gold. I don't know. It's fine. I'm not. I think some people really did not like the new one for a reason.
yeah.
Keep it real with Dan says they could have at least released more information on the Encanto ride. They are not even willing to tell you what the replacement for Muppet Vision 3D is. I'm not surprised. I didn't really think we were going to get much out of this D23. I, I just from they already announced stuff before it.
Mm-hmm.
I think basically what they did was just give you a little bit of something. It's really all they did.
Well, they did announce the dates for next year's D23 Expo. It's
Right.
in Anaheim, and I'm guessing that is when they're going to announce all the stuff about what's going into Metropolis and
That's the
Kanto. I
thing.
think that's what we'll get more information.
They'll
about
give
that.
more details. I don't
Mhm.
think even at the next D23 that they're going to announce like brand new stuff coming. I think they're
I
going
don't
to
know what it would be. You know what I
well,
mean?
I mean, you could. The thing is, like, even Villains Land, you're looking at what mid 2030s. Is my guess when that's done.
I think it'll be sooner than that. Hopefully.
Well, Bob Iger himself said it takes 5 years for construction. So
So long.
if they don't start breaking ground and really, I mean, even breaking ground there, they have to develop that land. So let's say you don't even
Mhm.
start until 2027 on actually like the land itself. You're looking at 2032 likely before you would maybe that would be done. But
Yeah.
in terms of the castle here, they announced plans to repaint Cinderella's castle. It will return to a color scheme of the original color scheme that draws inspiration from the original look. They repainted it back in February of 2020, right before COVID and everything else happened. And the iconic structure would undergo a royal makeover in celebration of the 70th anniversary
Well,
of
that's
the
when they announced it would be changing.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the Cinderella film. By March 2020, we got our first look at the pink, a rose pink color. So yeah, I mean, there's a better look at it there. I mean, it's okay.
I mean, the 50th is gone. The 50th emblem thing has been gone for a while.
Right.
And they're just like, we're just going to keep it pink, and that's fine. I can see though. I'm looking at these pictures now, like the grayish picture, and like I know it doesn't have a lot of color, but it just gives it. But see, look at that. Look how much gold.
Well, I think if you look
I don't
at
know.
this, looks much more regal. Like it looks
Well,
more royalty, I suppose. This one looks like I don't think this looks bad. It just looks kind of a little bit more. I don't know how to put it.
can they leave the gold and just take the pink out?
I don't think they're going to, but the gold
Okay.
is. I mean, I don't mind the
But
gold.
look at that. It has a gold on the
There's
top.
some gold up there. Yeah, they
Yeah.
might leave some of it.
I don't think it'll look exactly the same as before, and that's okay too. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the pink with the gray like brick or whatever it is. It's like whatever the what's the material it's made of?
Well, technically, oh, you talking about it's technically I think like a styrofoam. It's not brick. If
No,
you go touch it, it is a
not a
uh
styrofoam. It's shoot, not fiberglass.
it might be a spider.
Is it fiberglass? Um,
Uh steel frame. It has exterior covered in fiber
fiber,
reinforced gypsum plaster.
not brick or okay, got it.
So if you ever go up and touch it, it definitely feels different. That is
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Okay. No, like I was just saying, like the pink with the gray, it did look a little funny at first. And I was like, okay, I'm just used to it. But I think it's one of those changes where it's like, did people have really strong opinions either way? Am I not talking into it? I'm
You are
sorry.
not talking into it. I don't think most people did, but some people had very strong opinion. As many things go with theme parks, some people had very strong opinions about
Well,
what it was supposed to be. But J Brad
yep.
says the new original colors look so much better at night. Are you talking about
Yeah,
the how it is right now?
I think so.
Yeah,
No, the new original colors. So I think he's saying that it looks better the gray and the blue. So what it'll look like at night will look better. Is that
no,
what they say?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Keep it real. Dan says, "Why am I not surprised they didn't even confirm a time frame on when the brand new animatronic Walt will be at Magic Kingdom?"
That'll be a bit
Oh, that'll be a bit.
at
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
a year.
And we'll get to that. But yeah, so that's one of the things they announced was just the castle getting a different color scheme, which is it's something. And
It is
then
something.
they also announced J Brad said, yes, all gray looks better at night. Okay. It's been I mean,
Yeah.
it might. I'm
I
trying to
I can I'm trying to remember. It's been so long.
they also announced Tron is getting an Aries overlay. Music from Nine Inch Nails coming. Okay.
Getting a little a red tint.
Yeah. Although, have you seen lately how dirty there's some people reporting on there's rust now on the canopy and like it's really
Well,
dirty around the sign right there.
I mean, are you
I
surprised?
mean, I'm not surprised, but the
You know?
sign surprises me because all you got is just some power washing.
Oh
The
yeah.
canopy I get is a little harder, but I am really curious, like if that's I mean, we were already seeing rust on that like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about the materials they choose. Sometimes like at the Epcot overhaul, that it's not meant for the Florida climate. Because
Well,
stuff in Florida will rust very quickly.
what do they say? Money's made in Florida, decisions are made in California.
Oh yeah. Well, and I think they use a lot of design firms from California for this stuff. That
Absolutely. Well, in Shanghai, that one.
yeah, true,
So it was in Shanghai.
very true.
Um, yeah, that one. I mean, I've only done Tron like twice. It's fine.
It's okay. The first part's
Yeah,
the most fun, but other than that,
yeah.
I would say probably the would you say that was the biggest announcement they made about
Um,
the Walt animatronic?
probably, probably. It was most one. I was just like, oh, I was not expecting this.
Yeah. So I get a little nervous anytime Disney wants to mess with stuff, but Walt Disney Auto Animatronic is coming to Carousel of Progress. So they said that following a dream with the mind and heart against all odds, Walt Disney revealed Disneyland to the world on July 17th, 1955. Okay. There's a lot of wording here. Um, basically,
Basically,
essentially, he's just in the first scene. Carousel of Progress made it debut at New York World's Fair 1964. I'm trying to figure out the part where they actually basically, yeah, they don't. They're just. It's like a press statement.
so what we know is that it's going in the intro to Carousel of Progress. So like in the part right now, it's just a curtain with like a little Carousel of Progress like emblem in the middle. Well,
Right.
that is going to be completely new with this Walt Disney animatronic. And as I think is this another picture of Epcot in the background, or is it just
Yes.
him at his
That looks like Epcot. I mean,
round
it
table?
probably was a time period maybe he was developing Epcot, maybe.
Right. So I'm actually like when I heard this, I was like, okay, you've got time. You've got time to learn from what you did wrong with the Walt in Disneyland, which some people like it, some people don't. We haven't seen it in person, so we can't really say like exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, some people claim in
Um,
person it looks a lot more like him. I have a hard time
yeah,
believing that it looks that much different than the pictures.
yeah,
But, I have heard people I'm sure it moves, when you see it moving and stuff, it's a different sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically carousel progress, and there'll be other things I'm sure they will update as well about this. Um, I guess the good thing about this is carousel progress is not going to go anywhere. So
Yeah.
that part is good because I mean I think at this point when you come to Disney and changing things, what are you doing? Okay, she's taking selfies. So the them changing stuff or getting rid of something is always a fear. So I suppose this does ensure it's at least going to be around for a while, which I don't want to see carousel progress go away. So I think that is
Oh, the Imagineers said no, this is not going away. There's a whole bunch of them that love it.
I mean, I guess, we talk about a lot of times about what is untouchable at Disney. I suppose we have found out through them that Carousel Progress is. So essentially, this is going to be very similar to Disneyland's thing, except for it's not a show, it's just part of the ride there. But I mean, it'll probably undoubtedly create a lot more demand for this, which is going to be very curious because you do not have a lot of room for a waiting area for this ride. You just
Yeah.
have that ramp basically.
Yeah.
So that'll
But it's every 5 minutes,
True. It's
It's a
just
new
going to
show.
create some congestion over there, but it is going to create demand for it. But if there was no, I don't think they had any sort of timetable they said for this.
I just plenty of details to be revealed.
Yeah. So this
Um,
again, this is one of those things. It's almost kind of a blue sky thing. Who knows when this gets done? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't get done for 5+ years, or maybe they do it sooner. I don't know.
oh no, it'll be sooner. I predict by the end of next year.
You think they're going to do it that quick?
Um, yeah,
Okay.
or maybe early 2027.
Okay.
I think so because like right now on the slate of things that are going to be opening in 2026, 2027, like new things, the number is small.
Yeah. Keep it real with Dan says we need land expansions, not land replacements. I suppose
Not gonna
Villains
argue
is an
with you.
actual expansion, but
Yeah.
yeah, Disney doesn't like to do much land expanding. I think mainly because it's expensive.
I was talking to my mom. We were talking about Tom Sawyer Island going away and how she said that she used to ride in like little canoes
Yeah, I remember
outside in
these.
I think it was in Disneyland. Maybe it was in Disney World. I don't remember. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that they used to do that." And I was like, "Well, up until a little bit ago, I don't know if it's still there or not. But they had an old like train track that was on Tom Sawyer Island for something that they used to have over there. I am speaking into the mic, I promise.
I'm listening to you.
Okay.
I didn't.
You keep looking at my mic. And but they just left it. And now that they're gonna redo the land, then now obviously it's gonna go away. And my mom's like, just like Disney to leave something abandoned until they need to use it or
They do.
lose
They
the
do
space.
tend to leave things
Like,
abandoned. Yeah.
yeah, they do
Yeah.
that. They do that, don't they?
That is very true. We actually did
Yeah.
learn as well. What's the Discovery Island? They can't do anything with that because technically it's a reserve because of all the
Wow.
animal, the wildlife there.
They're
So that is
there.
likely just to be vacant and abandoned for, I guess, forever. I don't
That's
even know if they
crazy.
wanted to do something with it. Like I'm sure I guess they could, but they would probably have to have some sort of plan for like environmental impact or something along those lines. Maybe. I don't know, but
That's crazy.
yeah, I'd say the Walt animatronic was probably the biggest announcement that they had. Let's look at some other ones here. They had a little bit of stuff about Villains Land. Um, they said that Villain Land construction timeline here says the most anticipated news of the panel came out of Walt Disney World, where the new show Villains Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After recently premiered, and the construction for the previously revealed Villains theme land is on the horizon. On the horizon. Man, they does. I should have just grabbed Disney Parks blog because they're just filling up words in here. They said that brings us today. As we previously noted, Disney provided an update today saying the construction of a villains themed land is on the horizon at Walt Disney World. If we had to guess, we won't see a proper groundbreaking for Villains Land until 2026 at the earliest. It's possible that Villains Land construction, as defined by Disney, doesn't begin until 2027 or later, with an opening time frame of 2030 or likely beyond. It is far beyond 2030.
But Jared, Josh Giamaro said that there are shovels in the ground
I know.
for Villains Land. So I don't understand.
He did say that. He did. He
He
did.
did say
I love
that.
how the update for this is like it's on the horizon. It's like, right. Yeah,
I mean, if they don't want to say it, they don't know for sure,
I don't think they
whatever.
actually know at this
I don't
point.
even know. It's okay. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, yes, it's coming, but like, be patient, please.
Well,
You know.
the wild thing about the Villains Land thing is I think that out of any of the things that they are building, I think Villains Land is the one that's the potential biggest home run they have. And that is going to come in 20. I'm going to say
Yeah.
right now, I'm going to guess it's going to be at least 2032 before Villains Land is done.
I don't understand this. Okay, so D23 last year, why didn't they sit on this and
And
then
reveal it later.
and reveal it later? Because they revealed the Rivers of America, change over to Cars, and they revealed a lot of their stuff they were doing, but they should have added the Monstropolis stuff, like Monsters Inc. area.
Right.
That should have been announced then, and they should have saved this for like a year from now.
My guess is
At least that's my opinion.
if you OG55 says he thinks a lot of the announcements because Diamaro is in the running to be CEO and wanted a big splash. Now, I don't know how much. That's the thing when it comes to the parks. I don't know how much sway or final say Diamaro has compared to Iger or Jeff Vale. I don't know if Diamaro can just sit there and say, no, this is what we're announcing, sort of thing. Like, I don't know where that falls. But yeah, I agree. I think they should have waited because it's just so far off on the horizon. Like, it's just, I don't even think, I mean, as from their wording, I don't even think they know when they're going to start this. I don't even, to be honest, and you look at the concept art, I do not think it's going to look like this. Like, look at all those mountain hill. Like, I just don't
It
think
looks like a different planet, dude.
there's no way they're going to do all that. Like, you're going to
Yep.
create all these mountain, and that's the thing. People were digging into the concept art. Like, I was like, it's going to change. Like, and that's the problem too. That's why I was talking about how Bruce Vaughn was saying potentially that they're going to switch the concept art to more like whimsical, like not as realistic, because this is likely going to change quite a bit between now and whenever this is open.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would be a better thing for them to do. But I also think not announcing these things so far in advance, like at this point, whatever excitement you have for this, like you can't maintain that for like 7 years.
And that was my point with like sitting on this one.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like we're gonna do it, but we're not gonna start on it for like 3 years.
Right.
Like that's a little crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like it's coming,
Well, I
but
also
we don't
think
know anything about it yet.
I think they also wanted a big splash because it was before like
Yeah.
Epic Open and people were like,
Mhm.
what's your response to it? And I think they
Yep.
just wanted to like, here's all the stuff coming, like a big old like presentation. I think that was a lot of it. J Brad says, I got like a dozen ideas for stuff they could do in Villains Land. Why don't they just ask me? I mean, you could write them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Keep it real. Dan says, I'm impressed with the theming in Beacon Barrel, but I personally think we need to stay true to Walt's legacy, keep the alcohol in the resorts, and leave it out of the theme parks.
So I do agree with that. I do agree with that. I don't think you need to sell alcohol in a theme park meant for families. Oh, were you gonna say something?
I was letting you talk.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something. I thought you
I
had
feel
a
like you're
rebuttal.
just staring at me. Anything I do.
No. I thought you had a rebuttal. Okay. So obviously Magic Kingdom was like the last one to get alcohol because of the whole thing with Magic Kingdom and like Disneyland and not having alcohol and stuff.
Right.
Um, you know, there's been a lot of times and we've been in Epcot, for example, and we see a lot of really, really bad guest behavior because of just over consumption.
Oh yeah.
So that's the only thing where I'm just like, okay, if you can control that, then okay. And with Beacon Barrel, I believe it's a 2 drink max.
I think
I
so.
think it's the same thing as Oga's. Obviously, we haven't been there yet. By the way, we did walk by it. I was at Disney on Friday, and we walked by it, and there were quite a few people out there waiting for their tables to be ready, and there's no availability for walk up,
Yeah.
obviously, but it looked really pretty in there.
You're not talking into your mic.
It looked really pretty in there.
Yeah. Rogue Attraction says, howdy. What's up, Rogue Attraction? What I was gonna say is, in theory, yes, I would agree that no alcohol in the parks, but we're way past that. It makes them too much money.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not going to get rid of it. Now, what will be curious about Magic Kingdom is if they ever get to the point where they have like outdoor bars or outdoor carts that sell beer. Because at this point, it's in the lounges, it's in the restaurants. You can't, it's not like Epcot,
Mhm.
but if they have, I mean, I don't know if they'll push it that far, but
Mhm.
if that would be the thing, I think that they don't need to do that. I don't think that would be a good move to make it like Epcot.
Click on the rogue attraction one.
Yeah, I said there's no availability for months as rogue
Okay,
attractions.
seriously though, if you want to go the day that you want to go, check because cancellations happen all the time. People can't make it; they don't want to be charged for it. The reservation, so there will be availability on opening day. There were like multiple spots that popped up in the morning,
Yeah,
and so like it's not impossible, but it would be pretty hard to find, especially like 60 days out.
right.
You're gonna have a hard time, but day of, that's a different story.
Yeah. J. Brad said, alcohol is tricky to me. Like, how are you going to not have alcohol in lands that would naturally have pubs, saloons, taverns as part of the theming?
Tortuga Tavern,
Right. Well,
pirates.
and ideally, you would just say, hey, handle your alcohol, know your limits. But
Right.
I think when you're talking, and if you look, like we talked about this before on our show and theme or theme parking with the OG guys, if you look at the incidents, the amount of times like the police are called to the area, it's not that much. It's like in the 200s out of the millions of people that come. So it's not like I think it has gotten worse over time, but you're not dealing with, like one out of every 10 people are just they can't deal with it sort of thing. But
Yep.
I mean, anytime you have alcohol, you're going to have to just accept a certain amount of risk with it. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what comes to it, I think. But they also said that I don't really understand why they announced this or why they presented this, but they said in terms of Villain's Land, conjured architecture is coming to Villain's Land in Magic Kingdom. And this was like a video thing that they had played, and they basically said, Imagineer Wyatt Winter shared a look at Imagineer's research trips to Paris, France, Barcelona, Spain, and the upcoming land, and shared that WDI coined the term conjured architecture to describe the look that they're going for. They said that these characters are the best source materials for Imagineers to utilize and reference when conceptualizing the land with big personalities, bold visuals, and rich backgrounds. Um, so, I mean, they're still in the research phase of this.
They specifically studied Art Nouveau architecture design and unique form, scale, and color that define this style.
So, this flourished in the late 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
Through partnerships with local professors along with art and architectural historians, Imagineers received an intimate look at the architectural aesthetics that will serve as the overall design inspiration for the land.
See, I like love this. I love getting inspiration from like architecture, especially like in Europe and stuff.
I
Like
mean,
I think that would lend it to be a little more, at least feel a little more authentic.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, this stuff. I mean, if you look at like that, I mean, that looks
yeah.
very villains like.
Uh huh.
So Paris is a city full of classic art nouveau
Nouveau.
examples. The team highlighted the way natural motifs and swirling designs there make nature appear to be cursed, like magic has frozen into its place. On the other hand, Barcelona's art style is
Modernism.
modernism, which has less natural patterns but gives the architecture an otherworldly, unnerving appearance. Said another fascinating discovery that they made in both places was how many of the architectural elements had a wonderful color palette full of rich tones. Seeing details like colorful stained glass windows and painted metals helped us understand how we might bring the beautiful deep jewel tones of the animated villains to life in the land's buildings. So basically, just showing you that they're still doing homework on this. I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's like this is kind of what I expected them to sort of announce, was just stuff like
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, let's catch up on.
Hopefully, villain. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I looked down below and said, "Oh, well, it says alcohol is definitely more of a thing at Universal than Disney." Um,
I don't know. I mean, alcohol's a thing at Universal, but it depends on which Disney park. If you're going to Epcot, alcohol is a big part of Epcot.
sure.
I don't think it's nearly as big a part of Magic Kingdom.
No, I mean, where can you drink at Magic Kingdom? The table service restaurants and the lounges.
Yeah, that's it at
That's it.
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, and you can't step outside of the thing. Like basically, you cannot have a drink in your hand in like in the walkways.
Right.
Like right? Isn't that right?
I don't think you can leave the places with alcohol.
Right.
So I don't. Yeah, I don't think that's a
Yeah.
thing. Universal is interesting. They're very strict on one drink per ID, like very strict. I've never seen you. I mean, they're in Disney. I don't know if they have an actual policy. They probably do, but I've seen people walk up and order 2 or 3 drinks, and it's not a big deal.
Well, I think too. We were talking about this with Halloween Horror Nights. Um, they don't even let you bring water bottles in through security
Well, that's because
because
people.
of alcohol and stuff. So I think maybe that's probably what they're talking about. Like, I think there's more alcohol that's sold in Universal than there is at Disney. No,
Uh,
you think I'm wrong?
well, depend again with which park you talking about. I think
They all sound.
I would bet you Epcot sells more alcohol than any other park.
Yeah,
It's just guessing. I
probably.
don't have the numbers in front of me, but I think Epcot probably sells copious amounts
No,
of
no, no. You're
alcohol.
probably right. You're probably right.
Now I think it depends on Universal. Like Halloween Horror Nights, you're gonna have a lot of alcohol. People are gonna drink a lot of Halloween Horror Nights. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm obviously both sell alcohol. Both are part of it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know. I mean, they're not gonna release that information about alcohol sales, but that would be curious to know. But
yeah.
Robert Colton Jr. says they are doing so many bars on Disney cruises. What's the difference if it's in the parks? Yeah, I suppose you can make the argument theme parks are more for kids and families versus cruises, but
I don't agree with that. There's
I,
so much for kids to do on
I'm not
cruises.
saying I agree with that. I'm saying I suppose you could make that argument, but I mean, but ultimately, I'm all about personal responsibility. Like if you're somebody that can't handle your alcohol, then don't drink. But your someone else's inability to handle their alcohol shouldn't impede. If I decide I would like an alcoholic beverage in a theme park, I should be able to do that. It just comes into, I suppose, on a mass scale, how that plays out. But Rogo Tracker says Conjure Disney version of Dark. Yeah. Well, and I do. I mean, we do know somebody that is working on Villains Land, and they even said they're going to Dark Universe to get ideas. So I'm sure they've already been there though. Robert Colton Jr. says hopefully Villains Land has its own nighttime show. That'd be interesting if it would.
They don't have something.
Do you think that they would?
I mean, why not?
But
Money, probably.
would it coincide with Happily Ever After?
Oh, I see. Are they talking about like a fireworks type of show or like a show like an attraction?
I guess that would be a question. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think they might do a fireworks show.
Night. I said nighttime show. Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe like Phantasmic like or something.
possibly.
Do like a big amphitheater.
Yeah.
I got room back there.
Rogo Tractor says, just bring back Joe Ruddy for this. I would agree. Rogo Tractor says,
Fair.
HHN and Mardi Gras probably tip it. Now, yeah, during those two, I would argue you might have more alcohol sales at Universal than Epcot. I guess my whole point would be on a consistent basis, like across the board, I would bet you have more alcohol sales at Epcot. But I think you're right. I think during those events, you got a lot of alcohol going on for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, we got Ill. What's up, Ill Magic? $4.99. Thank you, sir. Hope you're doing. Oh, by the way, I hope everybody's doing really good on this Labor Day weekend. I forgot it was Labor Day weekend. For $4.99, Ill Magic says, "Hey, rich evening. How are you guys? I'm doing good. We're just hanging out. We just had a kind of a chill Sunday, and we were gonna get some family pictures, and then it rained,
Yep.
so we didn't do that. And
That's kind of a bummer.
I didn't get a whole lot done today, which you're not supposed to on Sundays. That's fine. But no, thank you very much, Ill Magic. Appreciate that. Hyper hold on, I get this. Hyper Orbit says they could have the opposite of HEA, Happy Ever After from Reverse from a different soundtrack. Now, that would be interesting if you think about it from a crowd perspective. If you had Happily Ever After and then you had Unhappily Ever After, let's say in Villains Land,
Oh, that would be so cool.
but if you think about it, I didn't even think about that till the super chat or the comment there. It could potentially disperse crowds a bit.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have as much of a congregation of people on Main Street in the hub.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I mean, that would be really
interesting.
interesting if they did that.
Maybe not do it every night, but like
I think they'd have to.
yeah, maybe. That's a crazy cool idea. I like that.
I guess it would just come down
I
to,
like
are
that
they
a
going
lot.
to pay to have two separate fireworks shows?
Right. I mean, yeah, you're talking yeah.
I mean,
Talking
Happily Ever After is not
costs
like
and
insanely heavy on fireworks, but
yeah.
it's obviously it's got a firework part of it there. But yeah, that no, that would be actually that's a if I do say so myself, I think that's a very good idea. And the one announcement, this doesn't involve Disney World, but this drives me crazy because I've been saying for a long time, why don't they do Arendelle? And apparently Arendelle is happening. World of Frozen is opening in spring 2026 in Disney Adventure World. So this is going into Disneyland Paris, spring 2026. And recently the Ice Palace was completed and will sit high atop the North Mountain in the land. Why in the world? Let me see your opinion on this. Why would
Mhm.
you not do Arendelle in Disney World somewhere?
They are really trying to plus up Disneyland Paris
I get that.
because it's kind of struggled for a while. And so I think this is their way of being like, we need to bring more people in.
No, I'm not. I get it for Paris, but why would you not do this for Disney World or even Disneyland?
um,
As big as Frozen is, the most it's ever gotten at Disney World is they basically just rethemed an old ride in Epcot.
okay, okay, where would you put it?
But at Magic Kingdom,
Where?
take out the Storybook Circus.
See, they're not going to do that. One, because the railroad's right there. They're not going to touch over there.
I mean, the rest of the railroad now.
No, well, I that's what I'm saying.
You
Like
can move it.
they're not going. That's the thing. I don't see like I don't even know how that would work. Starbucks Circus is a very small area too.
True. I'm saying when there's a will, there's a way. You can expand Magic Kingdom if you wanted to,
I mean,
but
I
I'll
guess.
just put it this way: from the amount as IP heavy as Disney is, the fact that Frozen is it? I mean, it's like up there in terms of all time animated movies in terms of how much money it's made,
Oh yeah,
and the fact that they just have it in Epcot and that's kind of it. Like they just and
and it's in Hollywood Studios.
okay, you have a show in Hollywood Studios,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, a show is not really like it's fine. It's a good show for kids and stuff, but it's like I don't know. I've always find it perplexing that they haven't done more given how IP heavy they like to be. But maybe that's just me.
I
But
don't know. I don't know any.
basically that was all the announcement they had.
Yeah.
I had said before I did not think they were going to announce much. I was a little surprised to even hear about the Carousel Progress. I think that one felt like they just threw that in to have something else to do because they didn't even have a parks panel with this. So I mean, going into that, I think that kind of told you right there they weren't going to do a whole lot when it comes to announcing park stuff. So I think they still announced more or had more details about stuff than I figured they would. And I kind of figured with the villains panel they had going that would end up having something, they would talk about something with the parks. But I'm really curious. I think next year is going to be really interesting because we saw the reaction from the D23s where they had blue sky and people were not happy about that. But
Mm-hmm.
mind you, they also had that whenever everyone was assuming they were going to announce stuff as a rebuttal to Epic Universe,
Yeah.
and they didn't.
Right.
So if they, let's say next year, how do you think the audience would react? And get your actual opinion on this. If
Okay.
next D23 they didn't announce anything new, they just gave you updates about.
He literally just asked that question.
Oh, what's up, Rob? Yeah, okay. Robert Carlton says, "What are your predictions for next year's D23 fifth gate?" I don't think Disney does a fifth gate for 20 years, 20 plus years. I don't think Orlando can actually support another park. If you think about it, you already got 4 Disney parks. Now you have 3 Universal parks. I know Universal says Volcano Bay is a theme park, but it's a fantastic water park. But there is a difference in my mind. So technically, you got 7 major theme parks now.
Right.
You're making noises over
Sorry,
there.
I'm just
You have 7 theme parks now. People, for the most part, on average, have what 4 or 5 vacation days. And now
yeah.
you're going to have people that do split time between Disney and Universal. Like there are going to be people that go to both. I don't doing a fifth gate at Disney is going to be presuming that everyone would just be spending an entire week at Disney, and I don't think that is the reality of what people are going to do into the future.
You don't think so?
I'm saying on a mass scale to assume that I think Disney and Universal are going to share an audience going forward a lot more. I'm
Um,
not saying that what I'm saying is I don't think for a lot of reasons that Disney's going to announce a fifth gate. But one of them being I don't personally think Orlando currently as it stands, I don't think a fifth gate makes any more sense for Disney.
well, as far as predictions for next year, I think we might get an update to some of the stuff that are already in progress. Like we talked about the Encanto show,
Right.
when what they're progress and stuff with dinosaur and like Indiana Jones and all that stuff. Um, I really hope they announce something that they're doing with the Rivers of Light amphitheater or whatever. They're
Yeah.
doing something with that over there because right now it's a sitting duck. It's not doing nothing.
True.
So I'd like to see something about that. Um, as far as the other parks, I mean, like I don't think they'll say anything about Magic Kingdom. Epcot, I don't think they're gonna touch Epcot for a while. They went through that whole transformation, and I don't think we're gonna get anything about it unless they update Spaceship Earth, which they were gonna do that years ago.
they're doing that now.
They're not
That
updating it; they're
well
just
they're
refurbing it.
refurbing it.
Right,
I don't think they're gonna do anything with Spaceship Earth.
right. So Hollywood Studios is, you know what I mean? There's just a lot in progress. So the only thing I can think of is just updates.
I
Maybe
yeah.
they'll redo some of the water park stuff. I don't know.
Well, if you think about the timeline, next year I don't think you still got all this stuff under construction. I just don't see them announcing anything that are going to be like we're going to start construction in 2035.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it was like plussing up something. Like what they did with Buzz and what they're doing with like Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. Like existing attractions, they could announce that we're going to upgrade such and such or do something like that. I don't think until these new things they're building are done, I don't think you're going to have a D23 where they come out and just announce a brand new land or a brand new ride, at least for Disney World.
Yeah.
That's my guess there. Thomasaurus Rex with a Bucky's symbol. I love
Source
Bucky's.
Rex.
Bucky's is great. We have a Bucky's like 10 minutes from us that I go to every once in a while because it's always busy.
It's insanely busy.
Even at like midnight, it is insanely busy.
5 a.m. busy.
We were at one time like we were traveling from Missouri back here, and it was like 2:30 in the morning, just as busy as it was at like 7 o'clock at night.
Yep.
Surprised we didn't get an update for Avatar at Disneyland.
Oh yeah. What was the last update last year, right? Like a year ago?
Yeah, I think so. That is so
Or
weird.
maybe
Talking like
more.
Orange Grove 55 and those guys, like that land, like they announce it and then there's just like nothing for like a long time. Like that, yeah, it's almost like another one where they don't really yet quite know what maybe they're gonna do, but it does from what they've shown, it look different than Pandora at Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Brad says, hot take. IP based lands like Arendelle should be in the foreign parks where they don't really care about the OG rides or edutainment stuff. America tinged stuff naturally does.
Americana.
What I say?
America.
Well,
Americana
listen,
stuff.
I see America. I say America. Americana tinged stuff naturally doesn't resonate to them. Yeah, I mean, you think you could do both, personally speaking, but that yeah, maybe. Ill Magic. Oh my goodness, Ill Magic is having a party tonight. One man party. Thank you. Ill Magic for a $9.99 says, I would like to see Orlando challenge themselves by building another Universal Studios or Epic Universe in the Indiana. The style would be different, and I think there would be more outside rides. Indiana. Did you mean Indiana? You don't have to super chat if you can put it in the regular chat. Did you mean Indiana? Because I'm not exactly sure what you mean with that. I'd like to see Orlando challenge himself by building another Universal Studios. Or do you mean Orlando, the city in general? I mean, I've contended for a bit. I think if you look at Netflix is kind of interesting. They're doing those Netflix houses, and there's already publications out there talking about competing with Disney World, which I don't think it is necessarily. Now, what's interesting about those is
India.
Did you mean India? Okay.
That makes.
Wait, he said
Indiana.
He said Indiana.
Okay, so maybe Indiana.
What are they doing in Indiana?
Well, Indiana's got some theme parks over there.
I haven't been to Indiana. I know I have a friend that lives in Indiana.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been to Indiana. They have Holiday World. Oh, he said apologies for the typo. Did you mean India? Okay. I don't know what they're doing in India.
The
I'm
theme parks in Indiana. That's what he's talking about.
well, he just said my apologies for the typo.
He corrected and said Indiana twice.
Oh,
So
okay,
he is
okay,
talking about Indiana.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, places like, Cedar Point and
Is that Indiana?
Hershey Park.
Well,
Huh?
Hershey Park's Pennsylvania.
I know, I'm talking about places like that
Oh,
where they're
okay.
not in Florida,
Right.
where they're in more um, Midwestern, northern states. Like, yeah, they would look different, but I think we're gonna see.
Oh, I see what he's saying now. Sorry, it's late. My brain's not working.
I think we're gonna see more regional type of theme parks, like
Oh,
Universal's doing with Texas. Like they're building the kids Universal Resort.
yep.
I think we might see stuff like that going forward.
I've been saying
Where
that for a while. I mean, look at Silver Dollar
mhm,
City. Look at Dollywood.
mhm,
I think. I mean, you had that one park that was announced that fell through. That one that's going to go into Oklahoma, which is a weird story. The guy they were
yeah,
that
that's not
whole
happening
yeah, that whole thing's
anymore.
not happening. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think regional theme parks, and especially look at like the Netflix thing, and also um, I've said for a while, if you look at the money, like Universal, one reason they're going heavy in theme parks is due to, in my opinion, the losses that obviously people losing, getting rid of cable, having that continually fall off.
Mhm.
They've found that the theme parks are a revenue driver, and so that's one reason why they're investing so heavily. But if you look at what they're doing, I wouldn't be shocked in the next, let's say, 20 years if you have a company with deep pockets that decides that they want to get into the theme park space, an Apple,
Yeah.
somebody who just, I mean, Apple currently and Amazon are doing movies and TV shows, and they're not making money off of it. Like, they are operating at a massive loss, and it's just basically like a pet project for them. I wouldn't. I mean, if you look, and especially because if you look at the projections for Orlando, especially, it's supposed to it's just going to keep growing. So I think regional parks and potentially another competitor you could see enter the space. It'd be interesting if they did, but Jody Shilnet, thank you again, Il Magic. Appreciate it. What I would like to know is why destroy the rivers of America, knowing that it was going to take so long with the permits and with the weather here in Florida. Why not leave it alone? It's a great question, Jody. I've asked that same question. From what I have heard, the rivers foundations had issues and was going to cost a pretty substantial amount of money to fix it. And Disney, I've heard this stems mostly from Jeff Vale, in that they look at spending money on that as basically wasted money, and they would rather spend that on attractions or a land that would bring in crowds and revenue.
I mean, that's hard to disagree with.
My whole thing about that, given the historical relevance for it, if that is the issue, I kind of wish Disney would go the route of just saying that, being like,
But
"Hey, here's the thing. We understand the relevance of this. We're gonna have to change this. Whatever. Like, be a little honest." And then I would also argue what's replacing it, given cars going in there, doesn't make any sense to me. But that's what I've heard specifically about the rivers.
is there I mean, would have there been a way to keep Rivers of America and do a Cars Land?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Uh,
they couldn't do both
Eddie
though.
Soto, Jim Shule. There were a lot of ex-Imagineers
Okay.
that showed concept art. And now, well, and I also say the person that I do know that is in Imagineering uh, told me about a month before it was announced, he was like, it was greenlit. The Rivers is going away. Like, he
Yeah.
literally texted me. He was like, just got off the call and like it's happening. And I was like,
Well,
oh,
Disney hates water,
well,
so
and he even said, I asked him and I said, was there any proposals about keeping the rivers? And he said, yeah, there were multiple things that were brought up, shown that we can keep the rivers and also do this new thing. And they were always just said no. And they said that came from up on high. He said, I
yeah.
don't know exactly who, but somebody up on high basically shot that down. So that's what I've heard. I do know somebody that works inside of there. Actually, I need a text. I haven't talked to him in like a month, but let's see. Keep it real. Dan said, I would love for Animal Kingdom to get a brand new Avatar dinner theater experience,
Interesting idea.
like dinner and a show with animals.
Well, it's their avatars. They're whatever they're I forgot what they're called.
Oh, what do they call
I
those
don't
things?
remember. I've seen the first movie one time. I've not seen the second.
I haven't either. Didn't we say that we
Um,
were dating? We were
Yeah, because it
dating
was 2009.
because it was that theater that was downtown. That I remember
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing was 3D, and we did 3D, and it gave you a horrible migraine.
Did not like it,
Yeah.
Neptune. It was
Ill Magic said we have Indiana Beach and Holiday World. I know about Holiday World. I have a friend that lives in Indiana. He talks about Holiday World a lot. He goes, but we're most known for Indy 500 and Pacers. I used to basketball used to be my life. That's my sport. I played up until I was like 24. I never liked the Pacers. I never hated them. I think it was because of the Bulls. I loved Jordan growing up, and he always was fighting against like Reggie Miller and those guys. But I did always love Reggie Miller.
Oh.
I actually copied my free throw, how I shot my free throws from Reggie Miller.
Oh,
Two
okay.
dribbles, two dribbles, and
Okay.
you shoot. Because if you think about it, when you're shooting free throws, most people, if you see like big guys, they'll get up there and they just stare at the rim for a long time. There's a lot of time to sit there and think about it. You just get it, two dribbles and shoot, and that worked out great.
All right.
That has nothing to do with theme parks, though. Jay Brad says, if you want to know a crazy wild story about a failed theme park, definitely recommend Jenny Nicholson's video about Evermore Park in Salt Lake City. Truly fascinating stuff.
Dude, she's really good at that. Those kind of
I've
like
never heard of that park.
really
I'm
long
aware of
form videos.
Jenny. I did a video. It's still, I think, the highest viewed video on this channel. It's got over like 100,000 views, and it was about how Disney basically tried to. They were playing some shenanigans with her Star Cruiser video that she did, but uh, Thomasaurus Rex with a 20. I'm going to count it as a 20. That's 1999. That is not cheap. Thomas just walked in here and just threw it down on the table. My goodness, thank you.
I love the name too, Thomasaurus Rex.
I love that and the Buckies.
That's pretty awesome.
Because we'd love to see Elon decided to get into the parks. That would be interesting if Elon got into the theme parks.
That would be very interesting.
Can you imagine him at like a presentation? He'd just be nerding out for like an hour and a half and be like, "What are you talking?" He would get on a side tangent about rockets or something. But I've always had the argument. Speaking of Elon, it would make a lot of sense for Tomorrowland Speedway to have replace those cars, electric cars, and have a Tesla sponsor, and just make them silent where it doesn't look or smell like you're walking through a racetrack.
Yeah,
that was always an idea I had. Robert Colton Jr. says AK shoots itself in the foot closing early. I agree. So you can't see Avatar at night, which is awesome at night. It really is a fantastic land at night.
Yeah.
I get that they close early due to attendance, but if they stayed open later, attendance would go up so people could see night.
Here's the thing with that. They save money on payroll.
Labor.
And on labor, payroll, all that stuff by closing early because you're spending the same amount on a day ticket whether it's open till 6 or it's open till 9.
Right.
So they're just like, we're just gonna cut 3 hours early. If hardly anybody's gonna be here, we don't want to pay our employees to be here. And I think they save more money than they would make.
Probably. I bet though, I wouldn't be surprised once the Encanto and Tropical America stuff is done if they stay open later.
Maybe.
I mean,
if those look really nice at night, that would be
one would assume if you're going to have these new lands that you would be open later.
Yeah.
But Pandora at night is awesome. It's a really, really cool land with the neon effects and the lights and everything like that.
Yeah.
Hyper Orbit says Elon has destroyed all his brands, though. Well, I mean, Tesla's, I say destroy might be a strong word. He makes questionable decisions about certain things from time to time, but
that's for sure.
I think Tesla's stock might be up. I don't know. I don't really.
Oh, click on that next one, Robert Colton Jr. one.
Oh, Robert says, do you think they will ever see Disney do another themed hotel? It was like Tower of Terror or Haunted Mansion would be the most likely if they ever did.
I would die to have a Tower of Terror themed hotel.
I've been saying Tower of Terror. I had that idea like 7 years ago. I think it would be that. I agree.
Fantastic. Old Hollywood. Let's
well,
do
and
it.
even not as much now. I think back in the day, even a Star Wars hotel that was not the Star Cruiser, that was actually like not where you're basically play acting as taking up 2.5 days. Just a general hotel themed after certain things could be really interesting. But I think Tower of Terror, that would be so cool if it was next to it on the back end and that gave you like park access and its whole thing is themed after like the 1920s.
There is a hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. And I'm blanking on the name, but it is a haunted hotel.
I've heard of that one.
I've been there. And it feels very eerie to the point where I would never want to stay there.
Oh, did you not say the night? You just went there?
No, we just visited. I can't remember what it's called now. It's of the sea or something. Anyway, and it was. I mean, if we're talking like haunted, like real haunted mansion vibes, like maybe. But if it's like kitschy haunted mansion, like the ride, I mean, maybe that'd be more like appealing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if like
I don't
families
know if you
would
would go the
stay
haunted
there.
route. You could go the spook. Yeah, I guess that would be a fine
Yeah,
line there.
yeah,
But it would be cool, like Haunted Mansion or Tower of
yeah.
Terror.
Party like it's 1999.
That's a
Yes.
good way to kick off Labor Day. Thank you again. I'm gonna get it. Thomasaurus Rex. I wanted to say Bucky Rex. I was like, that's not right.
No.
Thomasaurus Rex also says Barry Barra, the CEO of GM, is on Disney's board. You will never see Tesla in the park. That's a very good point. She
That makes
is.
sense.
Although you could do, I suppose, the GM version of what do they have? Is it an electric car? The Volt? The
I have
Volt? Is
no
that
idea.
what it was? I
I don't
think.
know.
I knew a guy that worked in electric cars, and he basically told me this was maybe 6 or 7 years ago, but he said if it wasn't for government grants, that they wouldn't make them because they weren't making money. I don't know if that's changed, but that's how it was at least back then. Marshawn hashtag Disney Diva Thomas says, "Hey guys, I'm going to Disneyland October 4th. I can't wait. Enjoy the channel. Please check me out on Disney Diva and watch me in Disney. Watch me. I can't talk tonight. And watch me at Disneyland. LOL. Blessed night. Well, thank you, Marshawn, and have a great trip." And Jody says the Tree of Life is great at night, but since they close early, they will lose. They will lose that. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The what's it called? Tree of Life Awakenings or whatever it is.
Oh,
With like
that's
that
right.
show on
Yeah.
it.
Crescent
Yeah.
Hotel.
Yes, that's is that what it's called? I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
familiar,
Whatever it is, we did tour it.
but you didn't say the night.
Mm,
I don't
heck
know if I would ever
no.
say the night at a haunted.
Heck no.
I
They were like, here, go to this floor and you'll hear eerie. So I'm like, I can't. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
I don't. I've never. I'm trying to think. The closest ever to like a haunted thing, there was a on near my neighborhood growing up. There was an abandoned supposedly albino farm, and the whole backstory
It's
was
Crescent. Yep.
Crescent. Okay,
Yep.
thank you, Hyper Bit.
Thank you. Yeah.
The Hanker
Hyper
hyper
orbit.
orbit. Sorry, the O is not capitalized. My brain can't interpret. It looks to me like hyper orbit. Sorry.
Hyper orbit.
It was called it was dubbed the albino farm. And so the whole lore was that there was a family of albinos that lived there as a band or whatever. So we went trekking back there. I was like 16 years old. I didn't see anything. It was spooky back there, but it's also in the woods. But I never saw anything. But I've never really been big on checking out that type of stuff, personally speaking. But keep it real with Dan says, I hope they don't remove the Cinderella castle. I don't think they will. I've said before, what's untouchable at Disney, I think, has changed. I still contend, I would say, if anything is untouchable, it would be the castle. But I think they obviously will repaint the colors because they're doing
I mean,
that.
they'll
But
change it, but they won't take it out.
yeah. Marshawn says, I love Mansion, my favorite ride. Haunted
It's a
Mansion's
good
a
one.
great ride.
It's a good one. Just did it on Friday.
And our son
It
did
was
it
a
too.
13-minute wait.
That was it?
If you know, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It was essentially a walk
What's funny
on.
about kids on Haunted Mansion, when they're real little, they don't notice any, like they'll ride it just fine. And then when they get a little older, like our daughter went through there where she got a little scared of it.
Mhm.
And then they'll eventually be like, oh, it's not scary. But yeah, kids will kind of go through that.
Well, our son went on it and he's 6. And at first he was like, what's this ride? I was like, it's Haunted Mansion. He goes, okay. And I was like, it's like a Halloween ride. Goes, okay. And so the whole time we're on the ride, he was like, what's this place?
It's like, what is
Is
this?
this place? Like,
Yeah.
and we were pointing out things that are like spooky, but like trying to make it like fun.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
in the graveyard where things like pop up or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's so funny though. I love him.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Ill Magic, you're having
Oh
yourself.
my Lanta.
Ill Magic. Oh, I got to turn this up. Ill Magic's having a party. Thank you. Ill Magic says it would be so cool to see an alien ride that's inspired by of the Mummy ride. Well, there used to be kind of an alien ride. The Stitch one.
Oh.
Alien Escape.
No.
I'm just saying.
Stitch's Great Escape,
But
or
not an alien, yeah.
Encounter.
I mean, Alien, that would be interesting. I mean, the Mummy would be a good one. I mean, you love the Mummy.
I do love the Mummy. It's a little jerky for me
It has,
at my
yeah, it's
age,
got a
but
little, yeah, kind of like Space Mountain now. It's like gives you a headache, but
yeah. Pirates of the Caribbean is
I
my
mean,
favorite
the
right
fact
now.
that Disney does now control Alien is interesting. That would be very curious if they would ever bring that into the parks in any sort of setting.
Yeah.
I don't imagine they might, but
Go,
that would be cool.
go to the next comment.
Keep it real with Dan says Pirates of the Caribbean is my favorite ride at Magic Kingdom. That is a great ride.
It's so funny. I was thinking about this because I was explaining to our daughter once about the fact that the women are chasing the men around in a circle,
Oh, they
and
used to,
how it used to be the other way around.
right? Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, these pirates are just interested in you know having fun and drinking rum, and they're just asexual.
You said that?
No, I didn't say that. Like,
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
just thinking, I'm like, they're just asexual pirates. That's what Disney pirates are.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
like,
just interested. Yeah,
I'm like, not the best representation, but I do enjoy a good Disney pirate.
you know,
Jack
yeah.
Sparrow.
Pirates, I think, were a little bit more brutal than the Pirates of the Caribbean, but
You
yeah,
think so?
maybe not as bad as Vite. I don't know.
Or someone's like, the doggy has the keys. I'm like, yes, the dog has the
The dog
keys.
has the keys.
And I'm like, oh, they went to jail. I was like, he was so upset. They went to
Well,
jail.
pirates many times end up in jail. That's
Yeah,
true. No, I love Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a great ride.
so good.
Keep it real. Dan says too frightening for young people. Probably. But Magic says imagine a xenomorph animatronics everywhere, dude. That would be terrifying.
Oh my gosh.
I was legitimately as a kid. So I don't know about you guys. Growing up, I was allowed to watch movies that I clearly should not have watched.
Same.
I was allowed to watch
Yeah.
like rated R. So I remember watching Cliffhanger. That was the first rated R movie I ever watched.
How old were you?
How old was I? I was 10.
Yeah, that's a little young.
I think I was 10. And I remember this scene, like, and going into, I remember being nervous, but I loved like action hero guys. And so I remember like when the woman fell, have you seen that movie?
I don't think I
So the
have.
movie starts off where they're going across the thing and the equipment breaks and he's holding on to her and she falls. And I remember being like, does she die? I mean, my brother was younger than me. He was 7. And then I was just like terrified. And I remember seeing like,
7.
yeah, it was young. And we also used to watch Major League all the time,
Oh
which I would argue,
gosh.
I love that movie, but it's not a movie that
The language.
there's also like guys having affairs with other players' wives and all sorts.
The first movie I saw in the theater that was rated R, I was 13, and it was Scream.
Oh, when you were 13, did that terrify you?
Um kind of. I was with a group of friends and we just didn't really care about the movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
We were just there to have fun.
Scream always makes me mad. I'm just like, you are in a house full of furniture. He has a knife. Just start chucking chairs, man. Like grab a table. Like you can defend yourself against a knife. Just a dude.
Yeah.
And by the way, when you have that mask on, you have terrible peripheral vision.
It's true.
Get behind and put them in a chokehold. Like they're
It's
done
true.
for. But it's a movie. I get it.
Oh gosh.
Robert says, put
Oh.
Alien in where Stitch Great Escape used to be. That would be
that.
in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
I want to see that presentation where Disney announces Alien is going into Tomorrowland and Magic Kingdom and just watch what people say. Thomasaurus Rex is also having a party.
What?
My goodness. You guys
Thank
are.
you guys.
Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh.
He says, if they ever have to retheme Tower of Terror, they should retheme to Die Hard and finally do something with that Fox purchases. Bro, if they do Die Hard,
Takatomi Plaza.
Hans Gruber, listen, I would be first upset if they announced like Tower of Terror is going away, but then the minute they say Nakatomi Plaza, I'd be like, I'm in.
Yeah.
You got to have only issue you don't have. I mean, Bruce Willis is probably sad. You see the other day where he doesn't remember, he can't even talk now. It's really sad.
Yeah, his wife was on 60 Minutes or Diane Sawyer or something like that, and she said that he has good days and
Yeah,
he has bad days. And
I mean, I can say my grandma has dementia, either dementia or Alzheimer's. But yeah, there's days where sometimes it's okay, then sometimes it's just like doesn't remember anything. It's so sad to see it. But ideally speaking, Hans Gruber in oh gosh, who's the main character? Who's Bruce Willis playing that movie? My brain's drawing a blank. You're not going to tell me?
Do you
Okay.
want me to tell
I
you?
was asking, yeah.
I've forgotten now. I thought it was gonna come to
The
me.
chat will say it, but
Oh gosh.
why is my brain not working? Die Hard. Give me a. No.
I can figure out. Lucy is the
Oh
daughter.
my gosh. This is driving me crazy.
McLean.
John
McClane.
McClane.
I had it. I
Gosh.
had it.
My man card is gone after that. I'm sorry. Jeez. I would be on board completely with a
Oh my
Nakatomi
gosh.
Plaza ride. What would the ride be? Your Hans Gruber falling off the side of the building, though?
Oh,
That'd be
terrible.
well. I mean, you're
You
in a
gotta
haunt.
walk through broken glass barefoot.
That would be pretty
You gotta
cool.
do that
You
too.
get to say yippee ki yay and then the certain word. Yeah,
And somebody has to go on there with a really bad 80s wig, a la his wife.
that's very true.
It's true.
There's so many good lines in that movie.
I saw Sword and the Sorcerer, Conan, Exorcist all before I was 7. Oh man.
What is Sword? That was Hyper Orbit. I mean, Conan. Listen, Conan the Barbarian. It's a good way to teach your kid how to. This is how you conquer places. But Exorcist, I don't know.
Conquer.
I've actually never even seen The Exorcist.
I mean, like you're good.
I don't want it. I listen. I don't. We talked about before.
Yeah. Jared's not a horror.
I
fan.
love Halloween Horror Nights. I hate horror. I literally was watching. It popped up on my Twitter of like some Terrifier scenes, and it just pisses me off. I just don't. I don't know. Senseless killing to me. Just I don't enjoy it. But I do like Halloween Horror Nights. I don't know how that makes any sense in my head, but. Keep it real with Dan says, put a Stitch ride to replace the Wonders of Life pavilion that's been dead for God knows how long. Do you think they'll ever do anything with it?
So actually, my mama asked me. She's like, "Is that doing anything right now?" I was like, "It is empty."
Every once in a while, you'll see people be like, they're touring it.
Like thinking about like, okay, what can we do? Well, wasn't like the play pavilion supposed to go in there
Yes.
for the Epcot?
Yeah.
Redo?
Every once in a while, you'll see people touring it, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Nothing ever really happens. But here's a question: do you think they would reopen the Stitch ride that's in Tomorrowland, given Stitch's movie?
No, the whole rumor was it was going to be a Wreck-It Ralph.
Well, that was the rumor.
Thing.
Apparently, they had the same problem there that they had on Grand Avenue, which is the reason that those storefronts are still there on Grand Avenue, is because they couldn't take those out and keep the other side because it was structural integrity. Apparently, I think it was Rogue Attraction had said it on a live stream a couple weeks ago. He had commented that they can't do anything with it because of that reason, the same thing that they had over there, but also if they would have to update all the building code because it's out of code now. But at some point, it's like you got to do something. That's just like it's really sad when you walk into Tomorrowland and there's nothing on your left that's closed, and then you have a stand-up comedy routine. Like that doesn't scream Tomorrowland when you walk in there. But I would assume as much money as Stitch makes in merchandise. Like our daughter loves Stitch. Obviously, the movie made $1 billion. One would assume that Stitch would come into the parks more than just a meet and greet.
By the way, if you're interested in abandoned Disney stuff, there is an account on YouTube. He doesn't do it as he's done a lot of Disney stuff in the past, but I think it's Bright Films.
Bright Sun Films.
Bright Sun Films.
Yeah.
And it's an abandoned series, and he goes through. He talks about River Country. Talks about Discovery Island. He talks about.
It's interesting.
He talks about Horizons. He talks about Figment. He talks about like everything that like stuff that used to be there and that either just doesn't there anymore or is just left to rot or whatever. It's pretty good. He goes into great depth, and so I always thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Like
there's also that guy Patrick Spires that he was arrested for
every once in a while he'll post something. I'm just like,
he's been doing it. Well, I don't know if he went to jail or he had probation.
He did go to jail.
Okay. He stole some stuff from Disney and he got out and then just started posting the other day I saw him posting backstage photos of like Mickey, like where they get dressed and stuff like that. It's that stuff's kind of interesting. But Robert Colton Jr. says the conundrum Disney is in is that they have all these great IP like Alien, but it always goes back to where do you put them into Disney parks? The end issue is always they will be too scary. Yeah. I think there's some stuff that just doesn't work for theme parks. Not that you couldn't do an Alien attraction, like especially like think about a Halloween Horror Nights house. That would be awesome to have an Alien house, but yeah, at least for the Disney brand. I think Universal, like that's what's interesting. I think if Universal had something like that, you could see them doing something with it. But Disney, I don't think they would. But
yeah.
Um, he did say, granted, they did have Alien on the Great Movie Ride. They did have Alien on the Great Movie Ride. I remember that. Keep it real. Dan says, or maybe an Inside Out pavilion as replacement to the old Wonders of Life pavilion. That could be about mental and physical health. True.
Interesting.
Another movie franchise that's done very well.
Unfortunately, well, I mean, I guess that would work. I mean, that whole neighborhood now is World Discovery.
Right.
So is that
I don't know
would that
how. I
be
don't know how.
does that have to be space
Yeah, I don't know
themed?
how committed they are, but yeah,
I don't
I guess
know.
that's a question. Because there's something I can know how committed they are to Frontierland and putting
Right.
cars in there. But Thomas Source Rex says John McClane. Yeah, my man card's
John
gone.
McClane had plans.
This is me
Just
doing.
kidding.
No, God. That was me in my brain when I realized I forgot John McClane.
Oh.
Hyperorbit says it's almost been 30 years since the Tower of Terror movie. Oh, is that one with Steve Gutenberg? I call him Goots. Steve Gutenberg. Jay Brad says, speaking of scares, you know what would be crazy if that 53-acre parcel of land west of Epic that they just got a bunch of permits filed were the new location of All Halloween Horror Nights houses. Would be crazy. I don't think that's what they're going to do.
Oh, you don't?
Well, I don't. Nobody knows what they're going. I wouldn't be shocked if that's a hotel. It could be. I don't know. There are rumors out there that they could bring the kids resort to Orlando. But
Look who it is.
what's up, Brandon?
Hi.
Just talking about announcements
Stuff.
Robert Colton says that 53 acres beside Epic will likely be hotels in City Walk 2.0. Yeah, I think it'll be either one of those or both. I don't know. I don't know if I ever saw where they planned on maybe putting City Walk 2.0. I guess over there would make sense. I always assumed it would maybe be closer to Epic's entrance, but yeah, it's interesting. They've got a lot of space to work with over there for sure. Il Magic said I meant for Universal. Oh, no worries. No worries. Brandon says MK needs an entire Stitchverse area in Tomorrowland. I mean, as popular as Stitch is,
but it's like Tomorrowland. It's like figure out who you are, man.
oh, that land has no identity.
Are you future?
Well,
are you technology?
It's
are you all the above?
It's also like Tron. Tron actually, from an aesthetics point of view, makes sense. I just didn't think it made any sense to use the Tron IP for it. I feel like they should have called it Tomorrowland Light Cycle Run.
Well, does anybody care that it's Tron?
That's the thing. I don't think Tron. I don't think Tron hurts it. I don't think Tron helps it though. I don't know what you're getting out of using the Tron IP.
Right.
One thing I don't. The Tron movies are okay, but I will say the soundtrack to the Tron that came out before the new one's coming out is a fantastic soundtrack. I used to listen to it constantly, but it's a land. I've always felt like it needs to be like pick an era like the 80s or like the 50s or 60s, but do like a stylized version of the future. Kind of like The Incredibles or Fantastic Four is probably a really good example of I know you haven't seen it, but the world building they use in there of like a 1960s with this or I think it was 50s 1950s with this like futuristic vibe to it. I think would be really unique for it. I think obviously technology moves way too quick for it to be a land based on the future. So just pick an era, make it retrofit in a way. I think that would be a good way to go. Hyperorbit says Tron needs a second loop around Tomorrowland. Yeah, Tron's so short.
It is very short.
It is a very short ride.
Is it that short in Shanghai?
I think it's the exact same ride.
That's crazy.
Uh-oh. My camera did the thing it did last time. I haven't figured out what causes this problem. And now it's way in on my face. This happens every single live stream. See if it's showing the right camera. Because last time this happened, I think this is showing the wrong camera.
Uh-oh.
So on our end, it's going to look like that, but it's actually picking up correctly.
Okay.
Robert Colton Jr. says Tomorrowland definitely has an identity crisis. Yeah, and so does the one out in Disneyland too. That one also has an identity crisis. J. Brad says, if I feel you could combine the plots of Alien Encounter. Oh, it is. Okay.
It's me.
Well.
Hello, I'm here.
Say hello to the camera there.
Hello.
All right, apparently that works. I don't know why the camera does that. I apologize. I think it's something to do with its settings of my computer. He says, combine the plots of Alien Encounter and Stitch. Have Stitch fight an evil alien and save the day. Have the scary, menacing alien get clowned on. Classic Disney trope. You could. I don't think the chances are high, but that would be interesting if you combined IPs for a ride or something like that. Outside of something like the Great Movie Ride, I don't think they'll probably do much with Alien. Has anybody watched the new
Mm.
Alien show? If it's any good, I haven't. I can't.
Show?
There's some new Alien Encounter. I think is what it's called.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I think it just came out. I think it's a show, not a movie. I believe, but
Hmm.
um, yeah, I don't know a whole lot about that, but yeah, I don't know. Unless the chat's got anything else they want to chat about here, I was just going to go over some of this Disney stuff here, and again, not a lot of announcements. Um, did they even really announce anything? They didn't really announce much for Disneyland either, did they?
Mm-mm.
Not that I found.
Napa Rose is getting a expansion, or they're redoing something in California Adventure or California Grand Californian. Gosh.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Hyperober says Dr. Jumba was a big scary alien. That's
that's
from
in Stitch.
that's from Stitch, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
they took him out of the actual live action too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't like that part about it. J. Brad says I meant the alien that was in the original Alien Encounter. Oh, not the Xenomorph. Gotcha. That is possible. Although you do not have Michael Eisner running the show, so I don't know if they
It's
would do
called Alien.
Alien Earth. My apologies. Prequel to Alien. Wasn't there already prequel to Alien? Is this like a
There's
prequel?
so many
Is this like the
alien
prequel to
stuff.
the prequel of Alien? I've never been
There's
one that
like
really watches
there's like
Alien too
alien
much.
movies. There's alien TV shows.
There's
There's
also
alien
like they've also
rides.
done that with Predator.
Mhm.
In my head, Predator is Arnold fighting an alien in the woods.
And
And he goes,
or what
"Come
does he do?
on, kill me."
Was that clicking sound? He's
And,
like, there it is.
you know,
Yeah.
my brother can do it really well because he used to walk around the house and he
Oh
and
my
every time
God.
we like my mom would get mad every time we do it. I go, "Come on, kill me, do it." Love Arnold. Ill Magic, my
Run to the
goodness,
chopper
Ill
now.
Magic.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. He says, "What about a Michael Jackson versus Prince ride? Ooh, in Universal Studios, like they dance fight. Imagine purple and sparkling black tracks. The story of Chris Tucker trying to bring MJ and Prince together, and it turns into a battle.
Chris
I'm in.
I love that.
Listen, you had me at Michael Jackson and Prince dance off.
That's so good.
A dance battle. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm completely in.
Yeah.
I mean, that can replace Supercharged, and would be about as it
would
stands
be a
now.
better ride.
It would be a better
It'd be a
ride. Even if
better
all it
ride.
was just you set in a show and just watch them dance, I'd be like, this is way better than Supercharged. By the way, do you remember what I took? So my brother came into town, Orlando, in the summer, and he had never ridden Supercharged. He hadn't been to Universal Studios since we were.
Oh yeah.
He had been back in before. It was before the Wizarding Worlds had even been built. So I was telling him, I was like, we got to ride Supercharged. He's like, is it good? I'm like, it's terrible, but you're going to be shocked at how bad it is. So we go in there, they do that pre-show where you go in the room and they're going through the spiel. And he just turns to me and was like, is this a real ride? And I'm like, oh, it gets better. So we do the whole thing and we get off of it. And he was like, he literally turns to me and he goes, how the hell did that ever get greenlit? I was like, I have no idea. I don't know how anybody rode that ride and went, good to go. Let's do it. It's so terrible.
And now they just, revel in it.
Well, it's funny because the people that are in the show, even
They're like, we know it's
they
up.
mock the own ride they're in. It's not good. It's terrible. Jody Shellnut says it seems like Disneyland is getting more attention with new rides within Disney World. Bob Iger and Josh seem to spend more time out there. Well, I think they announced a lot of stuff at D23 for Disney World, but I mean, Disneyland has been, I think a lot of it from talking to the Orange Grove 55 guys, they begin a lot more deep. Like they announced the Avengers thing and they announced like the Pandora thing, but they never got any like details about it. And then they're finally getting more details on that. So it seems like they're getting a lot more of just here's what's actually coming and not maybe brand new stuff. But one thing on the next theme parking, I'll talk to the Orange Grove guys about, the stuff going on at Disneyland. Actually, after this, if I can figure out how to do it, I'm going to hop on over George at Citrico Central, pop over there and say hey to those guys. So I'm going to raid after this stream. I'm going to try and see if I can figure out how to raid their stream. So if you want to hear about them talking about Disneyland, because they're out on the West Coast, you can hop over there. And those guys they're going to be going for a while. You get George and Theme Park Conductor talking about theme parks, you're going to be there for like 4 or 5 hours.
Well, it's only 8:30 to them.
That's true.
It's 11:30.
I'm very familiar with
It's
Cali time.
11:30
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah. We'll probably end this very soon. Jamie's very tired.
I'm I'm very tired. I'm not gonna
Unless you
lie.
send super chats to keep her awake. That's the only thing that's going to work. So I'm just kidding. You guys don't have to do that.
Oh man.
J Brad. Oh, Windows, stop it. J Brad says, you were mentioning Tom Sawyer's Island earlier. If you're interested in a reaction, I made a video about what they could do instead of a car ride that would satisfy both fans and Disney corporate. I'll check it out.
Nice.
I'll check that out.
Nice.
I didn't know you had a
Please say
channel,
that.
J Brad. I'll check that out. Robert Colton says Disneyland always gets the best of everything, rides, food, merch. They do get more love, especially when it comes to, like, say, Galaxy's Edge
I
and
mean,
things.
I mean, the offices are there.
I
They
know.
live there.
I
You
know.
know, it's like,
Yeah.
of course they're gonna get bored stuff.
Gen X Ray. Gen XK says, hi, everyone. What's up, Gen XK? Says, I watch often, but this is probably the first live chat I've been able to catch. Well, thanks for being here. I am going to try and do more live stream. I do the show with the Orange Grove 55 guys. I love doing that. It's a great time. I am going to try and do more live stream, whether it's just either like me or maybe, when Jamie wants to hop on. Whenever you want, you can hop on.
Oh, thank you.
But I will try and do more consistently. Sometimes I kind of just sometimes forget.
Yeah.
I get busy and I doesn't happen all the time, but I will try and do more. I'm trying actually while we're here, for the people that are here, what is a day that typically would be better for a live stream? I'm curious what you guys think, because if it fits my schedule, I will try and make it work for whatever what works better for everybody to check out more frequently. But all right, let's see if I can figure out on this back end how to raid another live stream. I think I know how. I've never actually done it, but I think I know how, maybe. Brandon says, Rachel says hi, by the way, Jamie.
Hello, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. Let's see if I can figure this out.
Sunday night is good. Mondays are great for me. Any time of day.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, Sunday night isn't bad. Mondays are great.
Any day.
Mondays could work. I mean, basically the only nights you typically in Tuesdays we have our own little Club 32 private group. That's when we do our live streams for our private group, which if anybody does want to join there, ctmvip.com. We do live streams every Tuesday in there and chat with everybody. But
we probably would never do like Saturday night, just being like the weekend and stuff.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, listen, I'm 42. I'm no longer 19. So, I mean, remember whenever like Friday nights and Saturday nights were like the big deal about going and doing stuff?
Sometimes we do.
Well, I know. I'm not saying every single Saturday, but yeah, I think you know what I mean there. But yeah. By the way, let's see. Okay. How do I do this?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I'm gonna
football season coming up. Maybe Wednesday.
Oh, I did figure about football. It's basically every night with football now.
It is.
I used to be so into sports, and now like I still do a fantasy draft my brother's league. I don't know anybody.
Here you do. You just bring it up on your phone or your computer, and then also watch the game on your TV. I've solved your problem.
That's true.
There you go.
I guess we could do watch alongs with football games and
Friday Night Live. Friday Night Live.
That's true. Gen XK says football season has already taken over college football. That's very true. That is very, very true. Okay, I'm gonna Google. You talk to the chat real quick. I'm gonna Google how to raid a live stream. Let me see if I can
read. Football season has already taken over college football. Okay, you say that. Yeah. So we would never do probably. Well, Monday's probably good. I would say Monday. I don't know. Sometimes Sunday we record our podcast, so it may not work on Sundays depending on like when we do it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm trying to think of what else to talk about. This is your show, not mine.
I was just about random stuff on. Okay, hold on. I'm looking at this. Go to YouTube content lifetime. Okay. Edit.
I was gonna talk about this. The Tom Sawyer Island and Rivers of America draining the water and everything. I saw a TikTok like earlier today. Someone decided to point out where all of the lost cell phones are.
Oh, really?
From like years of being down there. And they were all like smartphones, so like they were more like current or whatever. Somebody said like back a long time ago in Tomorrowland and Disneyland, like where they have the submarine, the Nemo submarine, everything.
Hmm.
So even a Nokia,
Oh wow,
like 5 years ago or something like that.
I
I
could
was
see
like,
that.
holy moly, that's been down there a while. Um, but I just think it's funny to see it. Well, first of all, it looks terrible. Looks terrible. We walked by it on Friday,
Well, that's why
and it was so
they're trying to
depressing.
block the entire view of it.
Oh, it's not blocked though. It's
Well,
the
they're
you can't.
working on something to try and block, is what I
Well,
heard.
you can. Okay, so it's blocked off the whole Haunted Mansion queue. You can't see it there. It's blocked off from where you used to get onto the riverboat, and it's blocked off to where you would go down the ramp or up the ramp to get off of the boat back into here. After that, it's open on the bridge, the little dock bridge thing that goes right by it
Oh yeah.
in Frontierland. It's completely open.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, block putting that there, like putting a wall right there, would make that park feel very tight,
Yes.
which is also why I don't like this new land going there because it's going to completely change I started to explain like the feeling of the land. I talked about this in the podcast before about how I really like water features in the parks. I think water is very soothing. It can if you have someone that's like anxious or like crowds are a problem, being around water can be very like calming. It's can be very pretty. I always think like having water is really cool and like good. I'm still mad that they took out the fountain of nations in Epcot. I'm still mad about that.
Yeah.
That was like 8 years ago. But yeah, Disney's just like they're going the route of just like, well, we'll have a little bit of water, but probably not. I know it's like a maintenance thing and everything. I get it, but it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But anyway, it was just really depressing to see it all barren and stuff.
Hmm.
Nokia one
Brandon
nine one
says
eight.
Nokia 918 was my first though. Mine was the
There you
what
go.
was the peanut phone? Is that a Nokia?
Peanut.
Looked like a peanut.
Oh, I don't know if that was a Nokia.
Was it no? I thought it was a Nokia.
Remember the jitterbug for like old people?
I don't remember the
It
jitterbug.
was like huge font. They could read it and it had like a special button for like 911.
I don't remember that.
Remember that?
I don't remember
Yeah.
that. I do remember I
So,
had a Razor, and the first day I had the Razor, which I thought was so cool because a Razor is a cool new phone. I remember
uh-huh.
I was in college and I fell asleep on my couch. We had shocker, five guys living in a house. We had a busted old couch and it was real low to the ground.
No way. That sounds
And I
crazy.
fell asleep. My elbow fell off the couch and it landed like right on that one little part on the outside where it was like the screen, and I broke it. The
Ooh.
day I got it, I broke it.
Love
I
it.
was like, okay, great.
Um, so I'm Team Tron Blue, but red is cool. There you go. It's criminal they took out the Fountain of Nations. Thank
Absolutely
you.
criminal. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, I love the
Yes.
Fountain of, and especially what got replaced for it was just
Yeah. It was funny is like before they redid Epcot back in also say 2017 when the fountain was still there. If you looked at Epcot from above, back when it's the Soarin', you could still see this, up until like a couple months ago, but it looked symmetrical. Like
yeah.
Illuminations was here,
That's what
Electric
that's
Umbrella,
what bugs
Mouse
me.
Gears, like it looked symmetrical. Now when you look at it from above, it's like, okay, so we know something has changed. Something used to be here. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Epcot transformation had some good things, but I don't know.
Well, I think the big issue with that one is it's considering what was shown for concept art and the final product was not great.
Remember that building, the festival overlook or whatever? It was
Yeah,
supposed to overlook.
look like a spaceship.
It was so cool. You're supposed to go out and like be able to see into like World Showcase.
By the way, I bet you the Go82 lounge, I think maybe did you say that or did I say that on the show one time? But the
What?
Go82 lounge, I bet you they were going to put on top of that building.
You said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet you that was their original plan was to put Go82 lounge up there, and then they decided to put it
Mm,
there. Because that would have been, if you think about up there on that terrace, that'd have been a great spot to watch fireworks.
yeah. Well, if you're gonna hop in there, I'm gonna
All right, I'm just gonna
kick out of here.
copy George's. I don't have George hasn't given me permission to raid him, which is fine. I'll have him do it later.
Oh, they answered you.
Okay, I'll just do it now. So I'm gonna paste George's live stream over here.
Do you think they will ever change out Mission Space in the near future? It's definitely getting to be an old ride. I hope so. I hate that ride. I'm sorry. I don't
Mhm.
use hate a lot, but I just hate it.
Yeah, I agree. Brandon says Fountain of Nations replaced with Epcot. You're not wrong.
The flower lady part. Well, they took out the sh- shaft in Morocco.
They
They
did take out
replaced
the
it with the
shaft and
they replaced it with the lady bits
they did do that.
in the
They did.
garden.
They did do that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Strangely enough, but all right. Well, I think we'll end this so Jamie can get to
Okay.
bed. I am gonna hop over though on Citrico Central with George and the theme park conductor. Say hello over there. Chat with him for a minute. So if you want to go over there, if you do go over there, tell him Captain Magic sent you,
Yeah.
and go over there and just take it over. Just take over their entire chat.
We're
Just let them know.
taking over.
By the way, I need to figure out a name for whatever the chat here is, but maybe I don't know. We'll figure that out. But yeah, let them know. But thank you so very much for everybody for participating. Thank you everyone. Thank you Ill Magic. Thank you. I'm gonna get this name right. You had Ill Magic with multiples. Ill Magic lost his mind tonight. Greatly appreciate it. Thomasaurus Rex. Thank you guys so very much for the super chats. We greatly appreciate that. Yeah, thank you guys very much. Thank you for being here. And we'll consistently do more live streams. Maybe Mondays, maybe Sundays. We'll figure at least maybe a weekly thing, along with doing the theme parking with the Orange Road 55 guys.
Chatter the magic.
Chatter the magic. Ooh. Chatter. Maybe we could be the Chatterbox. Or the Chatterboxes. That's what we could be.
I like Chatter the magic.
Chatter the magic.
Mhm.
Okay. Like as a group, that's the name.
Or like just call these chats Chatter the magic.
What if we did like Macho Man? Like the cream rises to the top. Yeah. I like to do Macho Man randomly. I like 1980s wrestling promos.
Okay.
Oh yeah. All right. Thank you guys for being here, and we will catch you on the next one. See you guys later.
Bye.